Hello, organic beauties. Welcome to day 44444 of our beauty cabinet clean out challenge. What? So today we're going to be talking about silicones. These create a smooth texture, and they make it easier to apply for the product, and they make your skin feel smoother as well. So these are products that are going to help make that product have a smooth, silky effect on our skin, which is so great. That's ideally what we all want. The problem with silicones is that it disrupts your hormones. Like I've said before, we women have enough issues with our hormones. We don't need any more disruption in that department. Potential carcinogens. Carcinogens is a term again, causes cancer. Can cause cancer. Has been proven to cause cancer. The word cancer is in the description of this product. Enough said. So it's a potential carcinogen. And basically when it's like a potential carcinogen, that means that they believe it causes cancer, but they haven't quite been able to prove exactly how it does it yet. But they are with certainty able to say that. The other thing about this one is it has reproductive toxins. So I don't really like that term very well because that could affect our reproductive systems. And it's just a lot of women have issues in this department. And it's not easy, and it's hard. And if we can eliminate a product that could be causing us harm in that way, it's important to just get it out while we still can. Now this one's really easy to find on labels, okay? And it's easy because it has just a long, excuse my French, a long ass word. And the end of it will be thicone, so Thicone, or oxane, Oxane. And here are some examples. Cyclotetrasiloxane, Cyclopentasiloxane, Cyclohexasiloxane, and Cyclomethicone. Please do not judge me by my pronunciation of these long ass terms. I am not a scientist in any way, shape, or form. I am smart, but this is not my forte. And it shouldn't be your forte either. And when these long words are on the back of these ingredients, we just assume that they're safe. But in reality, they is not. And this is mostly found in lotions and creams. But I'd also say you want to look at shampoo bottles for this one as well, because I have found this in shampoo before. Now the next topic or next product that we're going to talk about today is genetically modified organisms. And this one's kind of tricky, I'm not going to lie, because you can't really find it on the back of a label. So this is more of an awareness thing. What are genetically modified organisms? GMOs. That's what that abbreviation means, genetically modified organism. And the best way I can describe this is by going back to my roots as a farmer's daughter and explaining it to you that way. So we, when we plant something, okay, and it's going to grow, then we use a seed. And many, many moons ago, this amazing company called Monsanto, I don't know if you're familiar with it or not, but they learned how to genetically modify these seeds so that we could grow crops in the changing climate. Now this is, when you think about the science behind it, this is actually pretty freaking cool, because we know that our climate is changing, the weather's changing, and all of that affects us. And ideally, if we don't adapt to this change, then we could potentially lose out on the production of certain fruits or vegetables within a certain climate because they can't grow properly. Now my thinking is let it happen naturally with Mother Nature. But the scare is that it will happen quicker with the climate than when Mother Nature can keep up with it. And it's why they've started genetically modifying these particular seeds. So something like soybeans could be genetically modified to resist pesticides. Okay, so then now you can plant your soybeans in your field, and then you can spray them with Roundup, glyphosate, pesticides, and they're not going to respond to them because they've been genetically modified as a seed, as an organism, to not be affected by that chemical. Or maybe they're genetically modified to grow in a certain climate. Maybe they're genetically modified to get a higher yield on its production. There could be a million different things why it could be genetically modified. And I'm not a scientist and I don't work for Monsanto, but as a farmer's daughter, these are the topics that I learned, especially growing up in a rural community and, you know, being in the FFA and just in general, understanding how like planting and plants work. The problem with this is when something's genetically modified, more than likely it is going to be sprayed with pesticides. And those pesticides and herbicides, especially things like glyphosate, it's been proven that those things are staying in our systems. The idea is that it could be sprayed on the soybeans, or could sprayed on the corn, or sprayed on our plants and plants that we eat and consume, because there's such small residues of the glyphosate that stay on the product itself, and once we consume it, we secrete them in the bathroom as quickly as we take them in. But it's been proven that that's not the case. That's not the case. Because glyphosate has been found in breast milk, which means that not only is it staying in our bodies, but it's living there, and now we're passing them on to our children. And so this process of, oh, we're using a genetically modified organism, okay, that increases the use of pesticides. The pesticides are now getting into our systems, and the effects that they can have, we don't freaking know, because they haven't been around long enough for us to actually have some testing on it. And the ideal fact is that we're probably all going to be gone off this planet before they actually find out what those effects are. But getting something that's GMO free means that you're getting something in its raw natural state, and it hasn't been altered by science. Even though it could be a good, potentially good thing, it's not necessarily something that we want to risk, or I don't want to risk it. So let me show you, you'll know because a product will say GMO free or genetically modified free, or it'll have this logo. So this is the symbol that you'll notice. Verified non-GMO project. I don't know, I'm trying to get that clear. And it says non-GMOproject.org. And you can see it's fairly big on a lot of food products. Here it is again. It's really big on this one. And you'll see it's kind of on the back too. So it'll either have that symbol or that logo on it. So here is it again. I know I'm finding it a lot more on food than probably you'll find it on cosmetics, but it's just something to keep in mind as you're looking. Oh, look, there's some more. We have a lot of non-GMO products at our house. Granola, popcorn, organic steel oats. When you really look for that label, it shows up a lot. So this is important because it makes me feel happy knowing we have so many products with that label in our house. This is important because we don't know as a whole what risk these have, so it's best just not to use them. And as long as we're not using them and exposing our bodies to this, it's not something we have to worry about, because it's found in everything. You can see almost every food can be genetically modified. Every ingredient could be genetically modified. And it's just something that we don't know the effects of it. And we don't know how it will impact us. So unless it's proven safe, we don't want to use it. That's kind of the motto we want to use going forward. So this one's a couple different options. So we're going to take a picture of any of the products that you find this. And the GMO, like if you have that symbol on anything in your beauty cabinet, you're going to want to post that too. Like, hey, this product is, you know, non-GMO certified. That's a great thing. So we want more people aware of those products. So whether you see GM free, non-GMO, whatever you might find would be great to post. And then if you see anything ending in the thicone or oxane, you're going to want to post those products under the post for day 1, 2, 3, 4, day 4. Now remember, you want to keep track of your posts and your points because we're going to have a prize at the end. Yeah, a prize. You said that right. It'll be a good one, I promise. And so you can always go find the checklist in the file section of this group if you need to find it, or go back to day 1 and then keep track of these. And like I said, move the products that contain any of these over to the side, so at the end of the challenge you can really get a good idea of everything that you find and can move forward. Can't wait to share more information with you tomorrow with the Beauty Cabinet Clean Out Challenge.